Next portion of this, we've got to peel back the nose of this to a diameter of 0.822. And from our setup sheet, we determined that it had to be 840 thousandths long. Now I've got a clearance issue with this live center, so I'm going to have to go to a 55-degree inserted carbide tool. Make sure everything's clean in there. Which is a good tool, but it's not nearly as strong as the 80 degrees. So I try to use the 80 degree as much as I can, and then I go to the 55 when I have to. It cuts good, but it doesn't last nearly as long, not nearly as economical of a cutter. So I got to do two things here. I've got to establish a diameter and I've got to establish a length. And so to get my diameter, I'm going to use some Dykem. And I'm going to mark this part up a little bit. So kind of running low RPM. So let's go ahead and mark it up that way, and we'll mark it on that end so that we can see what's going on. I'm just going to let that turn for a second while I'm prepping. And that's getting close. So let's go ahead and establish our zero. So I'm going to come in and I'm just going to come up here until I bump that. Just barely touch that. Right there. And I don't even think I hit the metal yet. I just saw a little bit of Dykem build up on my tool. There, I hit it. Okay, and I'm going to pull off. I backed off a little bit, pulled off, and now I'm going to stick a magnetic back indicator on here. This is your friend. Let's go ahead and shut this off. And I'm going to stick it up here and zero it. Matter of fact, let me see if I can stick it in here so that it shows a little better. And I'm going to zero it out. Make sure it's not going to hit anything. I'm going to go back to my original speed of 1,000 RPM. Start it up. Let's see. Yeah, that looks a little better. I'm going to come in and touch it this way. Right there. I'm going to zero out my dial now. And I've got to go to that 0.822 diameter. And in my setup, I calculated that it was 105 thousandths smaller than the major diameter. So that's roughly what I got to come down. So I'm probably going to take about 90 and then I'm going to start looking at it real close. 140. I'm going to go ahead and measure it now. I seem to be getting a lot of spring back up there, which tells me that my insert is probably shot. Probably a good idea to go ahead and change that. I'm about 841 right now. Measure twice. So I'm about 21 thousandths over. So let's take that 21. And I'm at 821. Thou under, I can live with that. I'm going to go ahead and get this out of here now. I'm going to file it. Again, remember that if I change cutting tool materials, it changes cutting speed. Okay, so I'm going to set carbon at like less than a quarter of the speed that I run carbide at. So let's try that. And make sure when you're filing, you're pushing it through. Don't just sit in one place. Spread that work out over all the tools, or all the cutting edges.